Guys, hello. I'm live. Not the volume of the TV, the volume of you guys. Okay, thank you. Anyway, let's do the intro quickly and get straight into it. What's up, everybody? Welcome to my love. My name is Perseverance Marimeni, also known as Madam Speaker, also known as the CEO of Self Love. If you're joining for the first time, welcome to the family of healing, self love, and motivation. And if you're returning, thank you so much for the continuous love and support that you are showing. Mwah. Guys, I'm going through a crisis. Ne? But I do have a topic for today that I want you guys to engage on. Please let us bump heads. Let us join heads, lock heads, and come up with a solution. Hi, darling Tabs. Long time, my sister. But anyway, my crisis is that I'm going through a hair crisis. Like, I'm literally just tired of these wigs. And at the same time, I'm tired of my natural hair because it is a bit grown like this big. But something is itching me. Something like moya ufuka wa scare. Yeah. Ufuka moya wa scare ba kgethwa. A machine, a hair machine. That's what I'm smelling right now. And not even cutting like um goddess braids is what, my sister? What is that? I don't know what goddess braids are. Do you think those will suit me? Because I'm going through a hair crisis. Like, I'm tired of the wigs. As you can see, I'm wearing a wig and I'm wearing a doek on top of that. And I saw a picture of me with my brush the other day and I was looking very cute. So I remembered. So I'm thinking that maybe I should go back there. But if these goddess braids are a thing, maybe I can do that before I cut my hair and chop it off completely, before I go back to being a blondie. Yeah, I'm about to go back to being a blondie now. But anyway, I hope you guys are good. Today, we are here to talk to our sister. Please be as brutally honest as you can be. I know with this specific topic, we differ in opinion, Bazalwan. And the reason why we differ in opinion is because we differ in tribes. Yeah, that's the reason why we're going to differ in opinion when it comes to this one specifically that I'm here for today. As you can see, the heading or the topic is, why did you agree to it? Why did you agree to it in the first place? The reason why it is just why did you agree to it in the first place is because we have Umzalwane who reached out, and her issue is that, is your watch belt cream white? Yes, it is. It's not even cream white. It's like fawn. It's darker than cream white. Yeah, it's like this. I don't know what you call this color. Yeah. But it's so old, guys. I think it's 4 years old now. But anyway, as I was still saying, that we have a situation, young Zalwanine. So what happened is that this lady does not have a child. Let's start there. She does not have a child. Beige, thank you so much, Pell. You see, this is why I'm telling you guys, I know people in high places. I know people who know things and the English and their English. I don't trust my own English. I trust you guys' English and you are my people. So I'm sorted for life. Anyway, so the lady says that her situation is that she does not have a child. And she recently got married to a man who has one child. And the child is like 16, 17, 18, is a teenager, adolescent. And in that age, the child is now, the child is a spoiled brat, according to this lady. A spoiled brat of, I would like to say the father, because actually she's never been around the child together with the mother. So she doesn't know how the child behaves when the child is by the mother's side of the family. But the child is spoiled by the father. The child does not do anything for himself. He does not pick after himself. And. Now, this lady's problem is that she recently got married to this man, like, booma, 3-4 months ago. And in her getting married to this man, guys, I need you to stick with me because I don't think I'll be able to repeat the whole story all over again every time when somebody comes in and they say, what is the topic for the day? So you need to catch it from the get-go, ne? So she recently got married to the father of this child. And now, on top of her recently getting married, the child was, mind you, the child was in the picture the whole time. Like, the whole time, the child has always been in the father's life. And now that she is married to the man, she is having a concern, like constantly, Yena and her husband now, they're always fighting because of this child who's a spoiled brat. The child who does not pick up after himself. And Yena, she feels strongly. This is the part where we differ in tribes, regardless of where you come from in Africa. I'm not even going to say tribes in South Africa, in the whole entire continent. This is where we differ. Because Yena, in her belief or in her tribe, in her culture, the child belongs to the mother, ne? And she doesn't understand why this child is staying with her husband and her, because she's not working, she's unemployed, ne? So because she's unemployed, she feels like she has to pick up after this child forever and every day, 24/7. And when she complains to their husband, it becomes war, because the husband doesn't understand, well, why are you complaining, because all you do is just sleep and eat the whole day. And now this lady is reaching out because of it. You know what, I kind of blame myself a bit, because a couple of days ago I did a video now, well, and I was joking, guys. Okay, I was not, yes, well, I was joking, but it's like the reality of other people. So it can't entirely be, it's not a joke. It was just, okay, let me just say I was just being me, né? Where I said that, imagine you survive teenage pregnancy just so that you can be a stepmother to children who were made by your age mates when they were teenagers. Now you are a stepmother of children who were made when you were a teenager. You get what I mean? So what are you doing, my sister? Why are you a stepmother of children who were made by your age mates when they were teenagers, when you tried your level best to zbamba yourself so that you don't become a teenage mother? What are you doing? What do you call that? So she actually took that to heart, and she felt like she really did take good care of herself and protected herself from falling pregnant when she was a teenager. And now she doesn't understand why she has to be a mother of this boy who is like in his teens, when she doesn't even have a child to begin with. She feels like she's starting on 100 to become a mother. And now she wants to really start from she wants to start from one, you know. Bella says stepkids must stay at a queueyard, little granny, and their genuine mothers. Otherwise, Mshato uzophela. Okay, we will get to that, my sister. That's where it's a sister. Is it a sister? Yes, a sister. That's where you come in, my sister, because I need your opinion, and I need you to break it down. So for those who want to contribute to this topic, you can request and share your opinion, your 2 cents. This is why you guys are here, because Mzalani is listening. Ne? Mahlonolo says, where was the boy staying before they got married? The boy was staying with the father. But remember, the stepmother was not married to the father, so they were not, she was not married to the man. So they were not staying together. But now that they're married, they're staying together now. And already 3 months of her staying with a stepchild, she's feeling the heat. And now the questions now are starting to be, wait a damn minute. Why is this child not with his mother? Because his mother is still alive. Why must I enslave myself here and be a mother to this child who's a teenager? I don't even have my own child to begin with. We've got Skin, my sister. Talk to me.
How are you?
I'm good, thanks. How are you?
I'm great. Okay. I feel like it's I don't know, it's a chicken and hen type of situation, but it's something that us women, you need to sit down and decide. I can never marry a person who's got children, but when we're looking for a partner to get married to, it seems like we don't care and we don't look at that area to say, okay, fine, what am I going to be living with? Because this man, that's his son, there's nothing that he can do, and the child has got a right to his father. Whereas also you as the partner have got a right to stay or to go, right?
Yes.
And on the other side, I feel like also when you have kids, like I myself had kids before getting married, you need to think about that, because it's always going to be complicated, because you probably never get married to that to that partner who gave you that child. So you have to raise your child in a manner that the child is easy to love.
Yeah.
Because other people want to start fixing things. Like when you're raising your child, it's like, oh, you can have this, oh, I'm doing this. We tend to think that giving the child a double dose of love from the mother and the father is fixing things. And we disregard the most important things, as in the life, what type of life this child is going to have, because that child will always be an imposter, obviously, in any relationship, but will be welcome if you train your child right. That it's just going to be so easy to love. Anybody's going to accept. Whereas if you're treating your child or raising your child in that spoiled brat era, you should know that it's always going to be problems, because I believe even if this child goes and stays with the mother, the stepfather, they will have issues. The aunties will have issues. So as much as it's nice to give birth, because like when maybe probably when you get pregnant, the man doesn't want you anymore and you decide, I'm going to have this child, you should also remember that time that you're not always going to be alone. There are going to be other people that might want to come into your life, and then you don't want to raise that child and become that mother who starts crying or hating your child later because you didn't train them to be what they're supposed to be.
I hear you, my sister, ne? And you know, it's quite sad because I, for one, I've got two beautiful kids, you know, and I've stayed with my kids for 4 years without having an additional family member and anything like that. And the minute I
Yeah.
attempted to get them together with my partner and their kids and all that stuff, it became a thing that I didn't like, you know. And unfortunately, the unfortunate part is that you only prepare yourself for now. I mean, if I'm staying with my two kids now, I don't know if I'm gonna have a partner tomorrow who's going to be my life partner. So I don't even know how I'm supposed to prepare them for my partner and his kids that is coming with Uri. How do we blend in together? So it's a bit tricky for me, and it's an extreme sport, you know.
Yeah. No, like, okay, I'll talk about myself. Growing up, I was born when my mom was very young. Obviously, raised in between homes. Like my father's side would say, "Oh, come here." My mother's side would say, "Come here." My father's sisters. In which during that moment, like I went through the best moments in my life, and I also went through the worst. Right. And then, like up to now, I'm my mother's only child. I had sisters. My mom later on got married. I had sisters, but I lost both of them.
Oh, sorry about
So
that.
I still went back to being the only child. And, my mom didn't. She always used to say that I don't want to raise you in a way, I'll raise you the normal way, where, you're supposed to clean after yourself. You wake up, you make your bed, you brush your teeth. You're a woman. When people are in the kitchen, you go to the kitchen, make yourself useful. Do something, if it's just even washing dishes, just something to just to help, you know?
Yeah.
But then I used to feel, and my dad, like my stepfather, may his soul rest in peace. He was always on top, like shout at my mom, like, we've got maids here. How come you're telling her to do this and stuff like that? My mom would always say, is she going to afford the maids before she goes to school? Because she has to. Is she intelligent enough to afford maids later? Because sometimes us as parents also, we know, Kuti, this child is not intelligent. This one, yeah, this one is gonna make it and stuff like that. Of which then it used to be bad, but now as I live my life, it's turned out to be something that has helped me a lot.
Yeah.
Because growing up, like when I go to my auntie's place, like I would be in the kitchen, so I was loved. You see, at most homes, like, hey, if Eva is gonna come here, she's gonna bake us cakes. Oh, she makes the best lasagna. So, but I also suffered from that because my age mates, my cousins in those homes used to hate me now because I used to be a point of,
I see Uplifted
reconstruction.
Abroad
Yeah.
says that they have a lot of questions, and I'm seeing some of the questions just going up quickly. You can request to join so that you can ask the questions so that we engage. Yes, but I hear you, my sister. You may
Yeah.
proceed.
So I was saying for you, yeah, it's tricky, when you're coming from a place where you were married, had your home. Maybe in this case, when we're coming from a point whereby your mother, those teenage pregnancies or kids out of wedlock, okay? Because it's like us as Black people, I feel like even after separation, the kids go through a lot of things. But as much as they go through a lot of things, also they use those things like now to damage themselves. Say, oh no, our parents are divorced,
Yeah,
and then now
yeah.
they use it to just ruin themselves. They don't want to be sent. They don't want to be taught anything. And even if the partner is the right person, might come into your life and say, "Oh, you know what? The boys are doing this or the girls are doing this." The kids will make it sound as if it's bad because they want it's better when mom is around. She doesn't care about these things, you know. So you just have to be, maybe, I don't know which side it is, but you just have to observe as well and draw a line, because at the end they'll have their homes. You still have to find somebody. You still need love, you know.
You know, let me tell you what my thing is, ne? My thing is, there's nothing that annoys me like an ignorant parent. You know, sometimes I would look at a parent and I would be like, I would feel sorry for the child to say this child does not deserve this type of parent, you know, because in most cases we dismiss kids, you know, and their feelings, and we think that they're not seeing anything, they're young and whatever, they will adjust and all of that stuff. Because I was seeing also a question from someone here who was saying that what if the child is just trying to act out because they want the parents to get together and all of that stuff. So I think the onus is on us as parents. This is my opinion. I feel like as parents of kids who are divorced, we have a lot more work to do, and we need to, like, we need to work double parents who are together, because we need to build a really strong emotional muscle for our kids to be able to and withhold all of these things. And that's why I'm saying that there's nothing as painful as having a stupid parent. I'm sorry to say this. Some parents are so ignorant, and because they feel like they will never be held accountable, they think they can get away with anything, you know, and that annoys me.
Yeah.
Anyway,
We had,
yes.
oh, somebody wants to come in. We had a situation, okay, growing up, like as I said that, I'm coming from that space where, okay, my mom was actually raped when she was young, at 16, okay? So her father is the one that said, she felt like part of healing of my mom would be to see the child and like to get rid of me, okay? And that time a lot of people said a lot of things, like from the family, "Oh, how do you want her after she was raped, she's so young, she's just 16, and what." But my grandfather, to a certain extent, is very prayerful. And he said, "What if this is her only child?" And 40 something years later, here we are. I'm the only existing child that she's ever had. So sometimes, as we talk about blessings in disguise, it comes to that my mom stopped being bitter, you know. She, from that time, after she spoke to her dad, and her dad, you know, counseled her and everything, she was so excited to meet me and everything. Okay, so now growing up later, I know my aunties, the other aunties that were so strict, right? Where as a child, my auntie, I remember my auntie beat me up, and then I knew that her husband doesn't like her coming home late. The husband was working in the military. So what did I do? I was like, okay, fine, I'll show her, you know. So sometimes kids also lie, as I'm saying, as what I did. Because I just simply told my uncle the next day that she came back home from work late. Because I wanted her to also get a beating. You understand? Which ended up being that way. But I'm saying it sometimes happens like that. Sometimes kids lie to just, you know, cover themselves or get what they want. So as much as you want to pay attention, you want to remove the kids from a situation where maybe there was violence or abuse in any form, you also have to be very careful, because they might use that on you and damage themselves further. So to agree with you on that point, where you're saying, you know, you have to work extra hard, and it's double the work, because you saved them from whatever they were going through. Now you're not going to lose them, because now you're on your own. You understand?
Thank you so much, my darling. I appreciate your input.
You're
And yeah,
welcome.
no, I hear you. We're learning. Kulu. We're gonna get to Kulu ne. I just have one question for Uplifted. Uplifted, is your real name Homoto?
No, my name isn't Domfuti.
Okay. No, it's fine. It's fine, my sister. You will talk after Kulu ne. Because you look like somebody that I went to varsity with. Her name was Homoto. I even forgot her surname, but the face, he just looks like her. Kulu, talk to us, my love.
Good evening.
How are you?
I'm good. I was raised by a stepdad, so I never had any issues. So I think the whole thing is about the foundation. Where do you come from? How you are raised to deal with other people in the company of other people. So right now, currently, I am a stepmother to a teenager, which is I've been stepmothering for the past 8 years. So I believe it's a matter of, if we've got issues, you need to have a kind person, like a kind husband, so that you know that whatever that you do, your husband must support you. And the manner of how you do things as well, it also affects. Remember, this person is caring. They are lost. They are still trying to find themselves within you guys together, and the other side as well. And remember, it's not going to be the same when they're with you and when they're with their own mothers. So you need to navigate through, and you must not compare yourself as the other parent as well.
Yeah.
So you need to put yourself in somebody else's shoes to understand. Like, it's very difficult to be a step parent, honestly. But you also, when yourself, what is it that you want out of it? Is your man there to assist you to be a step parent? Because the problem becomes when you take your step kids, you stay with them in the house, you give them chores that you won't even give your own kids those chores.
Yeah.
You make them do things, like, it goes wrong. It can be wrong there so many ways. You find people and they're like, my stepchild is cooking. I'm like, but why is she cooking if the husband is not married to the child? But you should be the one doing those things. You can train them and teach them to do that, to do the chores, but not for them, mandatory for them to do the chores.
Yeah.
They must clean up that them. It's like taking so many things and putting them onto them. That's where the attitude comes from. That's where you find them retaliating. They go to the other side, they say this, they come back to the side, they say this, and then you become the bad person. So I think if you break the communication between, if you get to speak to a person and you understand your person and have a kind person, that when you have an issue, you discuss it with the person to help you on how to resolve the issues with your stepchild when you're having issues. I think that's the best way. You need to have a kind man. I think that's the best thing that you can have, because it doesn't help having a stepchild and when you're speaking and the father is always defensive. It's just not working.
I hear you, my sister, and I agree with you to a certain degree, but sometimes it's not even about the father being defensive. Maybe it's because I'm referencing to my own situation, because I was a stepmother in the past, when I was still married. I raised that child so well that even today she still calls me mama, But after that marriage came to an end, I once got into a relationship which was quite serious, to a point where I almost became a stepmother. And this time around, it was so difficult for me to step parent, Mind you, on the first marriage, me step parenting that one child, I volunteered myself because nobody was willing to love that child and give her that motherly love, And I just connected with her from the get-go. So even the father was not interfering, because in the beginning he was not even interested, I don't know. They had their own issues with the family and all that stuff, and the mother. So I didn't want to get myself involved in that. I just wanted the child so that I can raise her together with my kids. That child, like I'm saying even now. So it was simple for me to raise that child because the father was not even interfering. Even if I say make breakfast for your sibling, whatever that I would have. But now I was then faced with a mother of more than more than two children. And when I looked at the children, I realized that because I've been alone for so long with my two kids and I've gotten them used to this life that they're living now and all that stuff, it's going to be very difficult for me to be step parenting like a lot of kids and also have to put them together with my kids, and we're just it was not working for me. So I had to, believe it or not, I had to end the relationship, because in as much as it has advanced to that stage, I felt like I don't have it in me to be step parenting. Maybe it's because I'm still step parenting my ex-husband's daughter so much that I feel like I can't have more kids, because the capacity, I'm not capacitated enough to handle 6 kids. You understand what I mean? So I had to drop it. So that's why now, with the topic at hand, we are talking about how you knew very well when you were getting into the relationship that your husband has a child. Your husband is staying with his child. Yes, we do understand that you had no idea what you were signing up for, because you've never been a mother before. So you don't know the responsibilities that come with being a mother. Therefore, you step in there, you become a mother. The next thing, you're expected to run around and pick after this child who's like a big human being, because that's what has been done the whole time when you were not there. And now you are here and you are expected to pick up where the mother left off. And you don't know the agreement between the mother and the father when they were still together. Maybe for whatever reason, they decided, or the child here herself is a boy, he decided, oh, now I want to stay with my father, Because maybe wherever the mother is, I don't know what is happening, but and the relationship is working out, then when you are coming in cool with your best, you are saying, I'm here to step parent. I don't have a child of my own. I've never been a parent before. I'm going to start with parenting now. 3 months down the line after the marriage, you are like, listen, I am not doing this mothering thing. It's not motherable.
Oh, just to add on what you were saying, I feel like the age matters.
Okay.
At what come in goes into your life, because with adolescence and everything, is a small child old. You're not gonna come in with a set of rules, and that child is rotten already. There's nothing you're gonna do about it. So I feel like the age matters as well.
Yeah.
It's a choice. Then you also have a responsibility to say, is this what I want for myself? It's either you sit down, you discuss it, you find a way forward. Because if you're not discussing it, nothing is going to happen. You'll keep on, same things will happen all the time.
Yeah.
So it's a matter of you knew the person had a child, you decided that you're going to be there. So you knew what to expect.
Well, you didn't really know what to expect.
Yeah.
You didn't really know what to expect because you've never been a mother. You've been a sibling before, and you know how to tell your siblings, yay, when I'm not going to pick after you. Now, this is your husband's child. Remember, guys, there's this expectation that when you go to the in-laws, you must respect even the dog. Maybe they have the expectation to say when you go.
I want to get one point clear. Is this lady working? Is
No,
she
she's
fully
a housewife.
dependent on the man or not?
She's a housewife.
That's the problem.
Exactly. So obviously, this guy, there are other men that feel like when they're doing for you, you can't question them. So that's why it's also sometimes it's good to get to know your partner, or if in that setup, get to experience, get time with a child. Go there, stay in before you get that dream wedding of yours. Because what's the point of having a dream wedding and realizing that, this guy is arrogant. He doesn't want to be told anything about. There are people that know, even their family, maybe their sisters or their mother would actually know that this child is spoiled, but there's nothing that you're gonna do.
Guys,
Because
what are the
father is just obvious.
Sorry, my sister. What are the people laughing at in the comment section? What are you guys laughing at? Did somebody crack a joke? Guys, I missed the joke, guys. Uplifted, my dear. You've been so patient with us. We appreciate you. We love you so much. Oh, you are laughing at the dog.
Yeah. I think
Oh, when I was saying you will when you are married, you're a new wife, you must say sorry, Bomdia, to the dog when you want to sweep.
Right? Yeah. You see, most
Imagine
of us,
even me, the owner of the dog, I caught it late.
When we're getting into the relationship, when we're getting into the relationship, you want to be loved, by the child. Oh, he's so cute. No, don't worry, I'll do that for you. And then that was your point of entry. And then now that child is so used. So sometimes it's not good to pretend. Just be yourself. What you can stand. What you can't stand for. No, baby. I think that the boy is supposed to be doing this. But you're not gonna say that now when previously you were acting different, and now that you're staying in the house, now you started saying different things.
Yeah, because the part we didn't get is
Just
how long were they together before they actually got married. We only know that they're married for 3 months. You see that you might have been buying his face, but also there could be like, guys, you guys don't understand petty people. Not all of them, but this is how most of them, especially those that are around me, behave. They believe the child belongs to the mother. So even when they are dating a guy who has a child, they have no business meeting with that with that man's children, because they believe that child belongs to the mother. Even when they have to get married, they don't even want those children in their houses. Like, they believe the child belongs to the mother. And how did you become enemies with the mother? Me, I don't know. Ask my petty people around me. I could be wrong. I'm not generalizing, guys. If you come from another village, where in your village you have seen someone raising stepchildren, you can come forward and say. But now, in my own experience, I am petty, and this is true. You see, I rest my case. Many people don't play that game. Step parenting. No.
I'm telling the truth. I also know.
You see,
It's true.
So the girl is petty, and the man is also petty.
But
Because
now the question is, Ngwana sokola, o mo tlogela sokola wena while you are having a comfortable life.
It's not possible, guys. It's not.
That's another question.
It's not. You can't leave your child to suffer. Like, guys, let me tell you, nah, the way that I'm so comfortable with my ex-husband, with my kids. If I was to be down and out in my life, I would gladly give that man his kids and say, my brother, take your kids, take care of them. If I was able to go out of the country and he must remain here with those kids, I will give him those kids because he is the only person I trust after myself with those kids. So for you to come as a petty woman and you say, my guy, uya sushi, o perisi, I don't want these kids in my house. Why? Show me. You can't do that. These kids, this is their father. We made them together. Evan, uplifted my sister. You need to talk now before I finish all the data.
Again,
You see. Let me tell you, my sister. Let me tell you, my sister. You see this thing of perpetuating this is the reason why we've got deadbeat baby daddies. Because you are giving these baby daddies a free pass and you are saying you are not a parent. So when they run away and they don't want to take care of their kids, you say you are a deadbeat, piece of nothing. When you are the ones who actually said, Ngwana is for the two people who did the deed.
Mara, in cases like this, I my petty, they've got this tendency of saying wana kwa mma. So if you're getting married, obviously when they come to Nchamarad, they also say so when they marry, automatically that child is already a stepchild.
And then you get there where not the mother of the child, you die. Your child remains in that home with their ex, with your husband who is a stepfather, and they must now turn your child into a wife. Because when you decided to cut ties with the biological father, because you think because you found marriage, you are the creme de la creme. You don't know you are dying 2 days after getting married, changing your child's surname to your husband's surname. Okay, no problem. Continue. Continue on. Uplifted, my sister, talk.
Okay, yeah, no, Linda, I wanted context, because I think the biggest mistake that we do as adults, as you had said, I don't know if someone had said, they're not to be heard. Because at the end of the day, this child comes from two parents. You may not know what the history was, you may not know what the agreement is. But at the end of the day, Mwana loves mahwe le ragwe. For example, I'm a single parent. And I've always had open conversations with my daughter. I'm like, if I was to get married, and she's like, I won't call him man father. I won't be rude to him. I'll call him say, So you need to also engage children in those type of conversations, particularly if they are at 16 years old, And also, Luena, as a stepmother, for me, I feel like you don't just come in and then you're having an iron fist of ruling. No, you need to also establish your own relationship with the child. As you had mentioned that your previous ex-husband, you established a relationship with the daughter without him interfering. So you too, as the stepmother, need to establish your own relationship as well with that child. Being a parent, whether you are biological or not, is difficult, guys. I mean, as the children go through their stages, you don't know which character you come. I have a child who suffers from anxiety and depression. And from the age of 12, she's wanted to kill herself. She's even attempted suicide. And, so there's so many dynamics that come with this. And at the end of the day, the priority needs to be the child's well-being. Like you had also mentioned that the relationship that you then got into, you decided to step away because you were not capable. It was not within your capacity. And there's nothing wrong with that.
Yeah.
There's absolutely nothing wrong with that. And for me, I also still believe, as the stepmother, you also need to establish a relationship with the mother. Because in your conversations when you're dating, did you ask what is your parenting style? How do you handle discipline when it comes to your child? Because I can't have an experience. So now, these are conversations we have to have before it's an guys. Even when it comes to financial, like how do we take care of this child? What contribution is expected from me? How am I do? As the three of you, you need to have a united front so that one can know they can't play you guys against each other. And you have to understand it's an extended family. Unfortunately, that's how situations are.
Yeah, no, I hear you and I totally agree with you, It's just that, my sister, you know what? Unfortunately, if you are speaking to a petty woman, petty people, I love you. I love you long time. I love you tomorrow. I love you November, December. I love you. Mara, if you are speaking to a petty woman and you are telling her she must establish a relationship with her husband's baby mama, It's like you are swearing at her with her mother's private parts, my sister. You understand what
But
I'm
you know,
saying?
guys, at the end
Many
of the day,
women
we also
are
need
wired
to
somehow.
we need to also keep in mind the kind of adult that you're creating in the future. Talking from a child who was neglected by their father because of the interference of another woman, forgetting that I was there before this woman came into being. You don't know how you are impacting the future Yamano. Because at the end of the day, that child has the right to both parents. And when and sometimes I find it very surprising when now the woman will get married and now she'll have a child. So now her child must take priority over the stepchild who
Yes,
was
of
there
course. I
before.
agree. It's she's
Do
the
you
mother.
understand?
Where she
Yes.
goes,
So
the child goes with her where she goes.
exactly. So would they want that to be done to them? Those are other questions that you need to put yourself
No, my
in that
sister.
situation.
Emma Bailey, let me explain to you. Ne? This is how it works in the Pedi community. Me and you. Ne?
Hey,
I
hey,
have 2 children. You have 2 children. Ne?
hey.
When are you about to get married to my ex-husband? My children are not your problem. You come with your children, 2 of them, and then my ex-husband must be a father to those children, but he must not be a father to my children. My children must not come to your house. That's how it operates in the Bopedi.
But you know, it's not only the petty culture. Not you want to study me, guys.
Guys,
Because
now
my dad, he was Swana from Botswana, but that's exactly what the woman expected.
maybe Sutu, Northern, Southern, Western, Eastern, you people are the same. You Sutu people are the same. maybe that's the issue. Because now I
Yeah,
believe
so
in
it's
my culture, in my Venda culture, the children belong to the man, guys. The children belong to the father. That's why most of the people that were raised when their mothers were not there, if you are a woman and you leave your household, you leave the kids because there's that belief, there's that notion that you came with a bag, you live with a bag. Everything you accumulated when you came to this house, you leave it here. So you leave the children.
true.
Me self. I was raised by my stepmother because my mother passed away. You understand what I'm saying? From time to time, I post snippets and videos and voice notes of my communication with my stepmother. Ne? It's beautiful because that's how we are in Venda, you know? So that's why even for me, it was simple for me to raise my ex-husband's daughter. And even though it was a shocker, like it was a shock of the nation in this place where we stayed, ne? So much that for me it was a norm because this is how I
No,
was raised, this
yes.
is how I can do it. Mara, you guys, and you don't want to hear nothing. I'm telling you, when I speak about these topics, people tell me my whole anatomy, they swear at me from my intestines, they talk about everything on the inside of me, they call my body parts one by one. Petty woman.
But then now, what about the future children that we're trying to create? Because at the end of the day, Happy, these are the men who are going to date our children. Now we are complaining about the caliber of men that we're having right now. But then what caliber of men are you creating for the future? Because the other question I wanted to know is maybe this child is retaliating out of I mean, I don't know. I'm exposing my age. Not what bold and the beautiful days of our lives.
I
And
know
we
you
know
are my
how
age
Sam
mate.
used to treat the stepfather. Unasa Batlini, as old as she was, but she wanted nothing to do with the stepdad. So, that's why it's important, even him as a father, to say, listen, my son, why you so things didn't work out with me and your mom, but as a man, I would still like to get married. What are your thoughts? I mean, because if the mother also has to have activities that they create between them and the child. So a little interest. So what kind of understand that? I
Yeah.
don't know, that's just my sense.
No, and I saw a comment here from somebody who is saying no, Sutus do differently because Bona, they believe that the children belong to the father, so the children remain with the father. I think I've had an experience of that nature where the kids remain with the father and all that stuff. But I think the most important thing is how healthy are these kids, you know? Because
Yes.
yeah, at the end of the day, the kids, the well-being, like you said, the well-being of the kids comes first, you know?
Yeah.
Thank you so much, my love. I appreciate your input. We are gonna move to MJ.
Melalakai.
Good, thanks. How are you, my darling?
But thank you.
Wait, let's start here,
I
my
make
sister. Are you Pedi? Are you a Mopedi speaking person?
no, I'm Sutu.
No, I'm just asking so that I prepare myself. Or are you about to swear at me, or are you about to have a conversation with me? Because the one
No,
above you,
no, that's
Tabs, she's about to swear at me. I know. So you can proceed, my sister.
okay. I'm actually conflicted because
I was raised in a household that is filled with love and respect, uh, in which I will base my argument. It all boils down to how you raise your children. Your kids might be difficult, they might have an attitude or whatever the case may be. I mean, kids are different. Um, but it all boils down to how you raise your kids. At some point in my life, my mom had to separate from my dad. And my dad got into a new relationship with another woman. We knew, we knew that this woman didn't want anything to do with us. Yet we still respected her. You know that this person hates you. You go to wherever they are living, you don't shout at them, you don't react just because they are reacting in a certain manner. You don't respect them. You don't disrespect them. Because it all boils down to how you were raised. And you know how your parents will react. This is not how they raised you.
Yeah.
It all boils down to how you raise your kids. If that father raised their kid to be spoiled, they're going to be spoiled, and no one will want anything to do with that child.
So when I as the bride in this case, you are the bride, you love your husband to death, and you realize your husband has spoiled this child. Maybe even for the child to decide to stay with the husband instead of staying with the mother is because this guy has been buying this child and spoiling the child rotten. Now you have a situation for the rest of your life because now you are married to this guy. He has spoiled this child. You are not working. You don't have kids of your own. And when you complain to your husband, newlywed by the way, honeymoon phase, he's saying to you that, my sister, why are you crying? Because you're always sitting here at home doing nothing. I provide for you. Can't you just do your work as a wife and leave me alone and leave my child alone? What do you do, my sister?
My sister complain until I leave. There are certain things that I believe we should not situations that we should not stay in. We should not let. We are 3 months in the marriage. We are still happy, sort of, but we address these things. And if we fail to find a common ground, we fail. No one will die from separating. We are not in agreement.
Mara, my sister, now you know how it's like. It's like when you are leaving the marriage now because you are tired of the child. It's like you are choosing the easy way out. You are a coward because who leaves their marriage in 3 months because of a child?
Okay. What about my well-being?
Don't shoot the messenger. I'm just asking the relevant questions, guys. Don't shoot me.
Yeah, I understand, but your well-being, your mental health, I feel like mental health is so important these days. It's one thing that we need to take care of. If you see that this thing is dealing with me accordingly, and there's no way that there's no light at the end of the tunnel, just leave the situation.
My sister, what if the light at the end of the tunnel is that this child is going to do matric pass and go to study at UCT, and you will remain with your husband in Limpopo and peaceful in the next 2 years? Can't you tolerate 2 years of being a slave of your husband and his child?
Kids always know. This is why it's important to have these conversations before you get to the stage.
No, it's very becoming Mrs. Twekwe. You already wore a towel.
My sister, I know Rosale took you 2 years. Send them to me. I'll find them a scholarship to study abroad. Then there's peace. Sorry, there's a comment that I wanted to respond to using my experience where I get the father, right? So I think Teresa M was saying, okay, what if the father is a person who has different women? So I said, with my experience, now my baby daddy, when I was 6 months pregnant, someone else was pregnant. And I think he had 3, 4, 5 kids after my daughter. So, I tried my best because being a child who was neglected by the dad, this man was not so supporting, but for me, the importance was the relationship with my daughter. So, even though I was paying for everything, if he wanted access to his child,
I'll give him access to his child because tomorrow I don't want who's saying their relationship. But at the same time, I have to consider the mental well-being of my child. Where if this man is not even concerned about the different women that he's changing and having children with, is he a responsible man to be raising my daughter? What kind of example is he, presenting for her? At the end of the day, he decided to spite me because I don't want to get married to him. Knowing what he does, he was going to neglect being a father to my child because he knew that will hurt me the most because I was neglected by my dad. So what did I do? I decided I'm not going to follow him and beg him 24/7 please guy. Relationship. My sister was even asking why someone for maintenance. I said because I know this guy's mentality. He will intentionally do things so that I can call and my BP must be here. So the best way is to just be silent. From time to time, we call him to ask him, you do have a child and no one has stopped you from establishing a relationship. My child is now 14. And now she has gotten to a point where she's like, listen, I'm okay without having a relationship with him because already there was confusion in the household where there's this auntie coming, then there's the next auntie, then there's these children, that baby mama is coming to fight. Like it was just chaos.
Can I just say something, my sister? Can I be the devil's advocate for just 1 second? Yeah. Already today, I feel like I'm the devil's advocate anyway. My sister, this is my opinion. Mine. I believe that the way our baby daddies behave, and now we want to be superheroes in terms of us protecting our kids from these men and all their children, it actually reflects bad on us because it says that we are the ones who didn't know how to pick the right baby daddies. That's why we pick trash. So this trash is now affecting the children. So we have to suffer the consequences of the fact that you went and you picked this man who's a piece of nothing, who's a scum, who's introducing the child to every... That man is not a man of noble character. Out of all the men in the world, you picked that man to make a baby with. Now your child... Now your child, for the rest of their lives, they have to deal with a father who is unstable in terms of relationships. Not because, because he's a terrible person, because he's not a disciplined person and whatnot and whatnot and whatnot. But guess what? You could have picked another man who's disciplined, but guess who you picked? This man.
No, but what I'm trying to say is because of that, I have decided to remove my child from the situation.
Okay.
We have relocated. We're living in Ireland because it's affecting her mental well-being. So her safety is what is of most importance to me. Yes. Because the one thing I always used to say to Nkere, Rawe, if you want to have women, I'm not bothered. But when you now bring them around my child, that is where I have concern. Because as a mother, I can only protect to such an extent. But when she's in your household, I have no say. Because yes, as the father, you have the right to this child. And I will never take that away from you. But if you're going to be behaving irresponsibly, not as a mother, what must I do? I must protect my child. I get it now who decided to have a child with this irresponsible man.
Yes.
So I take it. That's why even when he didn't pay support, I didn't complain. I understand.
Yeah.
But I just wanted to maintain that relationship. But it gets to a point where you can see praying and fasting is not leading me anywhere.
It's just gonna get you ulcers, my sister, stomach ulcers.
Exactly. I understand that.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, darling.
Right now, you can't expect or whenever to tlhompa wena wa tsoa wa ja ka mo wa lebella ma Nigeria from 7 to 7. U expect or le bana ba ke di step baby style ba tlo respect her. You must be a working woman. You must be busy. Una le motho ka mo wa o thusa ka mo ntlong wa bereka man bana ba busy. Wena o expect or bana ba tlo tlhompa jwa. How are they going to respect you?
I'm sorry to be the devil's. I'm sorry to be the devil's advocate. I'm sorry to be the devil's advocate, but I don't go around asking for people to respect me. I just want to live my life. And if my best life is watching Nigerian movies the whole day, then please leave me alone.
Okay.
Let me watch my Nigerians.
I'm just giving a scenario. Say, okay, fine. You're just working when I work. You know, I'm busy. Mona ga o ilene, uno bua mo uno butsa bana ba machila. Una no batlo tlhompa jwa. They will disrespect you. That's where this thing ya o ba le bana ka motho nna e ke batla nna nka se kgone.
So my sister, okay, wait,
That
my
one I'm
sister,
not going
because
to
when
do.
Avela, you just jumped the queue, and Judy, my sister. So tell me, what is your opinion about the general topic, the overall? What is your overall opinion about the topic at hand? Or this person has got a stepchild, and now she's
Okay.
cleaning after the stepchild. What is your take?
When you wanna do the step parenting thing, you're not working. In fact, you're just a stay-home mom. You do have a child. Okay, fine. Working, there are people who can work at home. Yes, but then if we're not busy, I'll show when I wabereka. You're not showing when I busy. But now, how busy? They're going to disrespect you.
My sister, you're standing on business. You're standing
But
on
you're
your
busy.
opinion.
You're working down. Hey, complain about this parenting thing. Keep the stay-home moms. They are not busy with anything. What a mistake.
So, my sister, Basia Padziri, I am. My sister, are you, by any chance, the mother of this boy? Because you are sounding like a baby mama whose child is staying with the father, and the father is married to a woman who is not working.
No, Madali.
Oh.
My friend has actually went through that thing. I'm married.
I was
I'm
just
okay.
asking.
Like
Okay.
enough, my husband has a child. So I'm okay, I'm fine. But the matter is that my friend once went through such things and hey, she couldn't handle it. I said, my sister, you just have to go to school, work very hard, and then you'll see. Come round 2 with a bon respect. Where can you cheesing
My sister, I feel like the pressure on the stepmom is unfair because there are many reasons why people are unemployed. You know, the employment rate, especially in our country, is very high.
Yes.
So much that I can't. So Mara, wait, my sister. So Mara, my point is that I must not marry the love of my life because the kids won't respect me because I am malletwile. That one is don't make sure.
Love of your life and us out home.
Yeah, I almost spoiled. There is son. There is boy. So, but when my sister, you need to deal with your man then. Like if your man is the one who spoiled the kids. Because remember, in most cases, when you are dealing with stepchildren, you must speak to your husband first. And especially if you are not used to them. You say, baby, I'm not happy with the way this boy is eating and putting the plate under the pillow. You know, can you talk to him for me? And then your husband, if your husband says, leave my child alone, Wena, you leave my child alone. So the problem is not the child actually with that behavior. The problem is your husband. So how are you going to deal with it? We want to be like you, my sister. Want to get married.
La re ke tlo rwala moralo wa bana ke tla ba gona nna ke se gone la ya mo ba le bontsha because ka mo le bolela le bona ba ya kwa cause ba tsere bo mma bona ba left wena o tla ulela munhu le ibone red flag he le tsena.
My sister, I almost became a stepmother of 4. Don't even say it. I was traumatized day 1.
O robetse le motho wao bona ba tla ba nya go khadla le papa bone ka mo papa bona re tloela bana mane ba sa le banyane.
My sister, it's like, you know, those kids, they sleep with their father like that. My sister, I'm still traumatized even now. I'm still traumatized.
Red flag le bone ore o nyaka tšhelete ya meriri a re ga go ape ngwana o rile o nyaka dikhokho tša ball o di bone ko shini di era 1.5 wona o nyaka
my sister, I think the best solution Let's not be step parents. If you don't have children, get married to somebody who does not have a child. Score. Let the score start with 0-0.
Mara, it's rare. These days it's very rare.
This is the reason why people are falling for such traps of being step parent when they don't like their stepchildren. Because people like you, Judy, you are coming and you are saying it's rare. What's rare? What's rare, my
It's
sister?
rare. There's no way that you can find a guy who's like maybe 35, 40 without kids.
Okay, go and
Most
make
of
a baby.
them-
Go and make a baby, then come back and get
I
married.
have a friend who is 40 and he's never had children.
Maybe he has a problem somewhere, somehow. Yeah, like majority. But I'm not saying he has. Maybe he has, or maybe you can go and maybe testing yana. Okay, maki uplift.
Yo, my sister, I'm about to join you in that department. Okay, my sister, wait, just hold on for me. And when you skip tabs. You don't leave. Stay here.
Red flag, you know what? You ask. Kimo.
Wait for Tabs. Tabs wants to say something. We love you, my sister. You.
Hi, good evening, ladies. Good
Hello,
evening.
sis Tabs.
Hello, Tabs.
Hi. You know, there's one thing. I like the way Judy had turned this thing around. It looks like we were very English. Madam Speaker, the lady, there's some of the benefits that you will not get when you enter into a relationship with a person who had kids. Right? When I got married in a family. Guys, it's the difference between cooking for 2 people and 5 people.
My sister. Hey.
Bona. The reason size 1, size 2, size 3, size 4. There's a reason for that. And you come in and start with a size 5 and expect to get the benefits of a size 1. You will never get them. You will never see honeymoon. If this is what you want to go into, then go through it. Because of now, we are talking about the lady who comes in. Is she aware that she's taking the benefits of a boy child who had been with the father for many years and they were happy together? And when you're coming in to compete, are you aware that you are a competition for the child?
And you are coming with your OCD. You are coming with your OCD. You don't want to see any dirt on the floor. Everything must be.
The attitude, the clean one and everything. And again, Madam Speaker, this lady should start asking herself to say that, is this where I'm willing to settle now? With the length, it doesn't matter how long is it. The mistake that she should not do is to have a child, because you are bringing another competitor until Udila issue in the house. The first mistake she did is to move into a house where you find a husband, which is your husband, and his son. They are already settled. When now you are an invader, you don't even belong to this house. And then when you come here, all of a sudden you wake up saying, when now you are the woman. There's one thing about territory, Madam Speaker. The reason why but it will never bite you on the street. This is what we will call territory. The child has marked a territory in the house. The best thing she can do, first thing that we are going to find a house that belongs to me. If they are renting, they will find move 1 block away. It's okay. Where it will be your house, where you will set it up. Because of now, you expect the child to really adjust to an out the Gamelau.
Yeah.
Can I remember? And you might even find, Madam Speaker, that the child and the father have a good relationship. They are all traumatized by her. They don't have a problem with the plates underneath the table. They are both traumatized to say now, and we've been living with this plate underneath the table. And then we didn't have a problem. And here comes you feel that you are the mother. There's a time where I stayed with a family, Madam Speaker. No? That family, we are different. Now you will never feel or you are a visitor or But when I get there, that was the first time And I'm like, I've never heard that word anyway. And you find that the same lady, it's a similar one to that one. Who are in Witira Mosadinyana Kamo. And for the first time, I was about 21 or 22. And I'm like, nobody has never mentioned that. And where does that come from? And that made me like, rebellious, but it has to be the same one as the other one. Because of now, I'm being put in a position where I'm not supposed to be. So now, the lady should know one thing. You are in that relationship. And then you need to sit and observe. What is the discipline plan in this house? Before you can, and let me tell you, Madam Speaker, if you find my kids, my husband, they were living very well, the best thing that you can do is for you to find out their relationship. Do not even discipline the kids because of so you don't do that at all. You keep quiet. If you are ready to keep quiet for the rest of your life, it's okay.
Oh,
there will be a time you'll have to deal with this. And the kids are different. There will be that one, all I feel, Madam Sika, everything will be okay. And then there will be this one who says, no, you know what? When I'm disciplined, and the two, who is the head of the family? Is the father playing the role of being the head? Because of both when literally you are brought in by these people, and you want to
agree, you are my sister. It's not that you are doing muteto. Agree, you are the one who is cooking. You are the one who is cleaning. You are the one who you open the bedroom. It's smelling like febebe. You must clean it. You are the one who's smelling all this tinya of the whole night.
It doesn't matter what you do. When now you were appointed to come and take care of us as the second person into this family, ne? Then
Paying zero.
Other option first option is that when now you keep quiet, you just look. But there are the way we were all along until you find your own family. But you should know that your kids have already gotten an enemy number one. Enemy number one, no computer, the next thing, computer. And no make sure you're until you take a good decision. Do not open it.
Well, my sister, I am 30. I just got married. I don't have a child. I must close my womb. For what? I must open my womb. I must practice and exercise my womb. My uterus must stretch, my sister.
What did you and I start to like and then you'll be baby mama number 2.
Maybe like this man, maybe like the way this man is so toxic, he wants to keep his children. He will frustrate you there by the children's court until you surrender your kids to him. Maybe that's how you even got the first child. I know that man.
Hey, Dima, please mute.
Hi, good evening, ladies.
How are you, sir?
I'm good. No
I've been seeing you in the comment section. I'm glad you joined.
Yeah, I just want to raise my point regarding a man's side of all of this. Point number 1, that lady came into my house with my son. So she need to understand there was already rules set out for us too. And also, we were stable in our unstable environment. We were stable. Now she want to bring unstableness in our environment. And first, like I'm a married guy, and I always tell my wife this: what is your backup plan if this thing run out? So, ladies that's listening to me, what is your backup plan tonight if life fail us? Of life fail you. So to that lady, she didn't study, she didn't work, and now she wanna turn the house upside down. No, it's a big no for me. My darling, you're gonna be out. You were in 3 months, you're gonna be out in the next 3 months.
Sure. So you are saying between a wife and a child, you are choosing your child in this situation?
I will always, because that's how went through high waters to the fire with me. Now I need to choose you. Love conquers everything.
Wait, let me just mute Dima here. Okay, sorry, you can proceed.
So my side, I will go with my son. I will cut you out because you just came in to disturb us. You're disturbing that peace of that family.
I hear
because
you.
What are you bringing to the table? You're only cleaning. Cleaning the house, give me sex. That's all what you do. You bring nothing to the table.
Yeah. No, we appreciate your honesty, my good sir. We appreciate your honesty. I hope this lady is listening to say that she can be replaced at any given time because what she's bringing is not special. You can get it somewhere else. That's what you're saying.
That's what I'm saying. So, and and this is the other thing. I've read your comment that work is scarce. Yes, it is. But now you're sitting at home watching TV half of the day. You're not gonna clean the house the full day.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's my 5 cents. Thank you.
Thank you. We appreciate you guys. You know what? I love it. Thank you so much, sir. Thank you. I appreciate you and your input because it's like when we say it as women. If it's me, if it was or everything that this man said, if it was coming from perseverance, maremeni, it was gonna be bitter divorcee. It's a bitter. So it's not coming from me, yo. It's coming from a man. Thanks.
And you know, I agree with those tabs, ne? Because even me, I have already established a certain setup with my daughter. We have already, like, we've got goals of things that we want to do. The thought of having a man to come and disturb our peace, whether our peace is chaos to them, it's not my business. Because me and my daughter have already established something. That's why I choose to stay single and marry education. Just like my brother was saying, what am I bringing to the table?
But what about, my sister, what about Mtavas?
My sister, when you're doing your finish.
Eh?
Dima, wait. Can we speak now? Where's Silai? Can we get a chance?
Hello, everybody.
Hello, Open.
Hi.
How are you guys? How are you? I'm good, thank you, Madam Speaker. You're interesting topic.
Guys, what's going on this live? Everybody's talking.
In relation to, pardon?
I'm saying everybody's talking. Or is it just me on my side where I'm hearing everybody talking?
No, there's a sound, some sound somewhere from someone.
So now we're speaking with Vicky.
Who's talking now.
Vicky?
Okay, you can proceed, Vicky.
Yeah. Now I just want to say, you know what? I don't think there's really a formula in this thing. It depends on how people agree and how much people love one another, because this thing in for a couple to work, it depends on them. How do they want to plan on doing this actually? So me, I said I'm going to talk about my experience. I got married. I was 50, and obviously the guy 55 or so, divorced, and me having my own house. Then we bought a house together. Then I left my kids at home in my house because obviously they are not young children anymore, a boy and a girl. Then when we were in the house, his daughter, which I did understand very well. Obviously, when parents divorce, children, they don't understand. So she did not, like, she used to come and wait outside for the father. And I said to him, you know what? obviously I understand his situation, because you know what, you are his father, and then you were staying with the mother. It does not matter whatever problems you had, but when the time is right, she will be fine, and then she will come to the house. As long as you know that I'm not disputing that she should come to the house. But what happened with time, when she was like visiting, I could say that the dad he is not happy when the child is not coming into the house. But who is like saying don't come to the house? But people, they end up, now I've got children, ne? And I protect my kids in everything. But when it comes to my happiness also, it's my happiness. That is why I decided I'm going to be married. I will leave them in the house. So now, when we were in the house, I could see that, this kind of, we're talking about a girl who's married and who has a child. Married and they don't have a house. They're staying with a house that he left them in with the mother and other siblings. So now, but he was not happy, because and another thing is she was an only child. The siblings were the step kids, and he raised the another stepchild. But I could see that he is affected, because this child always come, and then he has to go out, and then, or maybe pick them. They pick him up, and then they go. So, but at the end of the day, there was a day where I was told, don't mention my child's name in the house. And I was not saying a bad thing. So there is no formula, guys. Whether, if there are people who have been raised by step parents, and they look at them, as their parents.
Mara, if I may ask, my sister, is this not affecting the relationship now between you and your husband?
That is why I'm saying it did affect.
Okay.
It did affect when I was told, you know what, don't mention a name, my child's name.
Mm-hmm.
And then it did affect. And another thing, when I came to see my children, it was also a problem. And another
Divorce.
thing, my kids coming there also. I ended up saying, you know what, I don't want my kids to come and visit here again. So I don't know what is the right thing. But, it did affect our relationship. And I could see, or you know what, now I have my own house. And now what made things worse, in that situation, he wanted us to be married in community of property. And then I said, so that one I said, you know what, over my dead body, and we were married Kalobola. I divorced him. Guys, I'm 53. I was married at 50 years. At 50. Can you imagine? I didn't care who says what, ne?
Yo, you are such an inspiration to me. I am so inspired.
Oh. I didn't care who says what. You know what? I said, guys, you know what? Let's leave this thing.
It's not working.
And I asked him, are we going to do it legally, or we will talk? And then he said, we'll talk. And then when I was in my house, when I called him, and then he was swearing every time. And then my kid said, Mama, you know what, don't waste time. Go divorce this person. And I really had to do it, because you will stay married, celebrate, and then when now someone atamaya, and then kimatata. And can you imagine, we bought a house together, but fortunately I demanded my money. He paid me back through the lawyer. So I don't think there is really a formula. It depends on how the couple works it out.
Yo, my sister, so you mean to tell me we are still going to departure? We are still going to Fogo? Or we are still going? You know how old I am?
Yeah. And let me tell you another story. You know what happened? My daughter, she's 31. My daughter, as somebody was saying, sometimes we really have to choose. I envy my daughter, guys. My daughter, she's someone who used to stay in the house all the time. Ukari, let's go to the mall. She'll be in the house. Let's do. She used to stay in the house. And at this other time, she found an internship. She was around 29. Then when she got that internship, and then she met this woman. And then when they were like now getting along, and then they getting to know each other, this woman was asked, Marawena, tell me, do you have a boyfriend? My daughter said no. She said, you know what? I have a friend. You know your characters. You know, she wants a wife. You know, and I you know your character. You can click. My daughter laughed, but at the end of the day, this year they were married. February. And people who don't know each other, one from Zirast and my son, my daughter were in Krugersdorp. My daughter is married. The guy is 35. When they had their first child in November 2024, my daughter was 29, and then the husband was 35. They have another child now. They've got 2 kids. So now I really envy her that, you know what, sometimes, as Judith was saying, but she was very strong. You know, you also said you need to choose right, but you know, things went well for her.
Yeah.
And for now, I think she's in a better place.
Yeah.
She's in a better place. She found, and the guy's 35, but they no one has a child out of marriage. They
It
found
goes back
kids
to what
in
we
the marriage,
to what we're talking about
which
earlier on
is
to
very
say. Yes.
Yeah, that is why I said I really envy her, and you can see that they really match. They really match. That the friend was not lying.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
So
I
things are
appreciate.
not the same. They don't work out the same to each and everyone.
Absolutely.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. I appreciate your input. I'm learning, guys, today. I realized that I still have a lot of chances in me to walk down the aisle, guys. Don't judge me. When you see
Yes,
me
you
walking
can.
down with this
You
one with the
can.
Inchebe today, tomorrow I'm walking down the aisle with another one. You must know I still have more lives to do this thing. Okay? I think let's take it all the way back. Let's start with like, guys, Tima has not spoken. She's been here. You see now she's even right at the bottom because she has not spoken.
No, it's okay.
How are you? How are you, my
Hi,
sister?
Madam Speaker.
I'm good.
Oh, Jesus.
Hello.
Hi.
How are you?
I'm fine, thanks. How are you, my sister?
I'm good, and everybody. First of all, Nagemosoto, guys. In our language or in our culture, we do believe that hakuna mosadi o dula mo ntlong ya mosadi o mong.
Okay.
You must get out o lo ipatlela ntlo ya gago.
What do you mean by that, my sister? What do you mean?
I mean, even if your man can marry me, I don't have a right to stay in your house.
Okay.
That man must find me a house outside.
Oh, wait. So this is the situation. You and
Yes.
okay, me and my husband, we stay in our house, ne?
Yes.
Then we get divorced. Then
Yes.
my husband remains in the house. So when
Yes.
as Dima, when you are coming in, you are saying in Susutu, you can't come into the house that I used to stay in.
Yes.
Okay. So
that house belongs to you and your kids, not me.
Okay. So you must go find me another house.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Number 2, there's no child. I really mean there's no child. I don't know how to put it, but it lazam. She will never hear you. You are not her parent. Not ever.
But I'm staying with that child.
Yeah.
So Emma Pili Dimane, in Sesotho, as the new incoming stepmother, am I supposed to stay with your kids or not?
You know, it's very difficult to stay with somebody else's child.
No, I mean culturally.
You don't have to.
Where should the kids
Those
stay?
kids, they belong to the grandparent.
Yeah?
Huh? We do believe that you are not going to treat those children very well.
So they must stay with their whose parents? The man's parents or their mother's parents?
The man's parents.
I think even in Swati they do that. The kids remain with the mother of the bride, so that when you go into the new marriage, the husband must not touch your kids and all that stuff.
The other problem is, Madam Speaker, as a woman, We are so entitled. I'm telling you. Women are very, very much entitled for everything. So it's not wise to stay with somebody else's child. I myself, I cannot do it.
Okay, Emma Pele Dimane. Yeah, in this situation where this woman was jollering this man when she knew this man had a child, to a point where now they got married, ne? And when they get married, she moves from wherever where she was squatting. She comes and she stays with this man in his house.
Why do you stay there?
Eh?
Why do
Emma Pele
you
Dima.
stay there?
Emma Pele. We are not saying the house, the ex-wife was staying in the same house. Let's say for argument's sake, ne? The marriage came to an end, we sold everything. Then the husband went and bought a house, and in that house, he was staying with his son. Then he meets you. Then you must now be in his life. You are squatting somewhere in the Mjondolo. He takes you after marrying you. You come and stay with him and his child in his new house, not his ex-wife's house. New house. What itini into yako?
I think first thing you must know the boundaries. You cannot come between a father and a son. Know your boundaries. Behave.
What do you mean behave, my sister? I'm cooking every day. This child is eating and putting a plate under the pillow. This
It's
child
your choice to cook.
actually chemba. What's chemba? Kiki is always full and quick. Amuruto, he's not taking it out. Me, I must take out the kiki of a muruto of a boy who doesn't drink water.
Madam Speaker, in the first place, it's your choice. And it's your choice. You know? Stay. Learn the boundaries, first thing. I don't like it. I don't like part of being a stepmom. For me, it's a no-no.
You know your worth, girl. You know your worth.
Not really like that. I've been staying alone for 7 years. I don't mind. I'm a widow. I don't mind.
Oh.
I'm raising my 2 kids. I don't need a man in my house. I really don't need a man here. It's my kids.
But you're still young, my sister. As you can see, we have Sis Vicky there who got married at 50. You can still change your mind.
There's always a situationship.
Oh, okay.
There's always plan B in everything.
Okay. So in conclusion, my sister, you are saying this woman must behave herself.
Or whoever said. Okay?
So my sister, in conclusion, you are saying this woman...
something like life has no formula.
Yes.
Yes, it is. But on some things, we've got choices to make. Step thing, for me, it's worst thing ever.
Hey. I know, I tried it once, it worked. I thought I was stepmother of the year. Hey, where I tried again. Hey. Step parenting was like, girl, and easy. I'm not doing. Yo.
Hello.
Hi. No, I mean, I did it for a decade. I did it for a decade. I mean, I raised that child. Even now, she still calls me mama.
Oh, you are blessed.
I did it, honestly. I don't want to lie to you. I did it. And I thought I would do it again, but I tried and I failed now, this time around. So, sorry. Forward we go. Lebo, were you saying something, my sister?
Yes.
Because you know Dima won't stop.
I think, ladies, we really need to come to a place where we realize the times that we're living in. You know, my ex-husband is busy saying to me, Lebo, can I have the kids? And I don't want us to go to the courts and this and that. He built a very beautiful house and he suddenly wants the kids. And I asked him, what is going to happen? Because you are not married now. What is going to happen when you marry? He said to me, that house is for my children. Coming out of divorce, I have lost a lot. Going forward, if I'm going to marry someone, we are going to start at 0 and we are going to go 50-50. That house is going to belong to me and my children.
Okay.
So women who really want to get married to men who have kids, especially toddlers, they really need to pick their pain. staying with someone's child is painful. And again, being in a house and then here is 21,000 going out, going to maintain the children. There are men who are paying bonds for the children who are still staying with their moms, which is around about, it's 10,000. And then it's food, it's school fees. When you round it off, it goes to 25,000. You as a new wife, you start to feel otherwise and say, yeah, but this money is too much. Rather the kids come here. When the kids come to your house, remember the kids were staying with me. They are used to my routines, my teachings, my everything. If I spoiled them, they are used to that. And then they come into that house, they don't respect you, they don't have manners, and then you start to have problems. And now you start to say, they rather go to Gagogo. Mina, there is no child of mine while I'm still alive that is going to be raised by my mom. If I die, the next person that is going to raise them is their dad.
Thank you, Lebo.
So we really need to come to a place where, ladies, we decide which pain we take. Are you going to allow those kids to come and stay there and keep the 25,000 of the maintenance in the house? Or are you going to let the kids stay with you guys? Or you just have to choose, because it's not going to be easy. Agreeing to marry, especially a man that has been married before.
Thank you.
Kids that are born in marriage, they bond with both of you, the mom and the dad. Do you get what I'm saying? They bond, like, they are not the same as one and papa.
I agree with you 100%.
They are not the same. Even their maintenance at maintenance court, when you divorce, it's not treated the same. They ask you the history of, since they were born, how much were the contributions and everything. And another thing, ladies, that need to know, kids are very materialistic these days. My kids, I can see that they are excited about that house. We have only 2 kids, and their bedroom have showers, have got this and that, and I can see these ones are going to betray me, but I'm okay. If their dad wants to give them a best life that I can't give them, I will at some point. I just said to him, they are still very young. I still need to bath them. I still need to do a lot of things for them. So, but I promise you, at the age of 11 years, I'm going to give them to you. Because he says he's going to hire a nanny. And then when you are going to come in there, and just like Judy said, women, we get to be so disparate, and we turn the blind eye of what is going to happen when I marry this man. My other son has ADHD. Like, that guy is very busy, guys. Like I can see, if he's not your child, you won't be able to tolerate him. I tolerate him because he's my son. He's dead. He tolerates him and he loves him so much. And then you're going to have a lot of problems in that marriage. And these days, men are fetching their children. They are saying, I can't be living a soft life here while my kids are struggling there. They are fetching their children. So you have to choose. You have to take a decision before you enter into that marriage. You have to decide which pain you are going to live with.
Pick your battles.
If you say, I don't want your kids, he's going to pay a bond, buy a car, and that car is going to be driven by the baby mama or the ex-wife. And you have to be okay with that. Don't be insecure, because this man is not doing it for that baby mama. Actually, if he doesn't want his kids to use Ubers and taxis, I know men who are doing that. And those ladies, they are very angry and bitter, and they come here on the socials. No, both parents. Agreeing to marry that man, it's about that luggage, and that's all.
Yo. Thank you very much, Levo. Thank you so much. I totally agree with you, and some of the things you are mentioning here, I was thinking about them during the day when I was coming back from work, because at school, when they called me today and they said, your child is crying toothache, the first instinct for me is call that man who gave birth to these kids. I call him, he goes to pick up his child, takes her to the doctor. After the doctor drops her at home, sends me a message and all of that stuff. When it comes to the maintenance, it cannot be the same as the maintenance of someone that we never stayed with. So the bond they have with their father is the same as the one that they have with me. Anybody who comes into their father's lives, because some of them, they come and they feel threatened by the kids, these little spoiled brats, what. That guy, Ufaga boots are my sister. Hi, Goob. If you don't want my children, hi, Goob. So unfortunately, as women, we need to get to a point where, whether you are a Pedi, whether you are a Zulu, whether you are a Venda, you must understand that men of these nowadays, they want to be present in their children's lives. And if you want to dare get married to a man who has children, you must dance to the tune, because let me tell you, the kids are not going anywhere. Thank you very much.
Anyway. That's why I don't want to date him with little kids because it's worse. My son is asthmatic. Every now and then he's admitted. We have to exchange. When I'm home, his dad has to go stay at the hospital.
Same.
The girlfriend will be calling 24 hours, very insecure.
Same. My son also is a fake child. So every now and then when he gets admitted, we change shifts. He does afternoon shift, I do night shift. After so
yes,
imagine.
And they're by the schools where these kids attend hours. They want both parents. A friend of mine had a problem last year with the prize giving. The stepmom said, I want to attend. Tell her to stay at home. I want to go with you. She said, yeah, when I want to be there every step of my child, every graduation, every sport, everything. You rather keep your man there. They had a very huge fight. Or why do you want me to stay? Your insecurities, don't project your insecurities on me. I'm going to attend my child's graduation prize giving because next year is not going to be the same.
Yes.
So you need to prepare yourself if you are going to marry. Amadota guys, they are fetching their kids. These days they are putting their kids first. I'm telling you, they are paying bonds for the baby mamas, whether you like it or not. So you must just choose your pain, guys. I know it's going to be painful. Now I'm very settled to worry. As much as he was a bad husband to me, he is a good dad to his children, and he's not going to let any woman abuse my kids. He knows it. He's not going to do that. So you are agreeing to marry him. You are going to find those kids there, and then I'm doing my level best. I always tell people, but I'm strict, and I'm raising these kids not for me, but for everyone. If I die, I'm gonna leave them with someone else. So, step ma. So it is what it is. Just choose your pain. Socials, yeah. The baby mamas don't want. They are always sending the kids. Yeah, my divorce settlement say he must stay with the kids two weekends a week. So when you plan your vacations, just plan, but know that 2 weeks a month. 2 weekends a month, they must be with their dad. School holidays, Christmas. You must just work on that one. You found the court order there. There's nothing you can do about it. You can't change it.
No, it's unfortunately you're gonna have to deal with it. Thank you so much, Lebo. Your situation is just exactly the same as mine, Shem. Everything is the same. Tima?
Most of the divorces, we are facing that as if we still want those husbands back. But the schools we put our children in, both parents have to be there.
You see?
That's one way or the other.
Oh. I don't know if I can speak now.
Yes, my sister. Here you must jump. Oh. This is Africa. This is not the America where you are. This is Africa.
I'm trying to understand what the topic is, but I think I get the idea what the topic is now. You know, regarding the wife, the baby mama, the new wife, and all of that. And the last speaker, I think I've touched a lot of points that I was going to speak on. But let me just add a little bit to that. That as a mother, if you are the first wife and you divorce your husband, of course, the children belong to him, belong to you, right? And I think we have to understand it. For the children, it takes on. If both of you cannot be on the same page, for example, be the person that is gonna be the stability of your child, okay? And try to work yourself in a way that is gonna benefit the child with the father or the mother, if possible. Again, if possible, okay? And if it's safe for them to do so. Now, to think as a wife, as an ex-wife, right? Your ex-husband is gonna be with somebody else, is gonna remarry. Whether they come, they stay, whether they go, it doesn't matter. You need to believe, you need to cultivate trust in the father that you are co-parenting with. If you can cultivate the trust that he is always gonna get the best interest of your children at heart, you don't worry about who is sleeping with. I'm not worried about who you're sleeping with. I am co-parenting with you. Okay, and if I don't have any reason to say you're gonna trade my children for your happiness, or you're gonna trade them for whoever, that would be the only time that I will be concerned. And if I'm feeling concerned about them, you better believe I'm gonna do something about that. You know what I mean? Other than that, I'm co-parenting with you. Now, for the new wife that is coming in, yeah, a lot of time, women, especially if you never have a child before and you are going with a man who have children, I think they have this vision that does not include their peripheral vision. Their vision is so narrow meaning that they are only looking at the husband. They are not looking at what comes with the husband, the responsibility, the attachment, every load that comes with that husband. Even if they try, you cannot see everything while you are outside. A majority of things you're gonna get to see that while until you get inside. Now, because possibly you've never had a child before, your mind might not be that broad to know what can come with having a child. If you have a normal child, that is one story. If you have a child that is on spectrum, again, that is another level. You know what I mean? And if you don't know any of these, you will not know the responsibility that comes with that. Now, you coming in, you can be a bonus mom. You know what I mean? Especially if they have their own mom. You can be a bonus mom. I think you will be able to play safe when you put yourself being a bonus mom, like additional help, additional whatever. You know what I mean? And have this in mind that whatever you're going to do with these children, the reward that you might be looking for is not going to come right away.
Absolutely.
And if you are lucky, it might come, but it's not going to be right away.
Yeah.
You know? So you got to understand that going in, like you are going in as a charity. It's cruel, but you know, it kind of sound like it's like you're going to do charity, just like you go to motherless home, you know, and then you want to go do something there. You are not expecting, once you drop off the food for them, whatever you do, you are not expecting anything in return, right? Yeah. It's kind of the same thing with the stepchildren. When you go in there and look at it as a charity, if you don't have it in you, don't do it. You know what I mean? Please don't do it. You don't have to do all of that. So pick the person that you can, maybe doesn't have a child or doesn't have children, right? But you know, it's very complex, you know, when it's come to blended family. You know what I mean? For once, I am not, because I have children that I'm raising, and it's so hard. It is the most hardest thing I've ever to do in my life. You know what I mean? I am not looking to go into another man and go and play this mother role all over again. I do not want that. You know what I mean? Know what you want as a woman, whether you have children or not. Like, what is my capability? What can I pull up with? What can I, you know, what am I willing to sacrifice in this relationship when you are going in with people who have children? Believe it or not, some husbands who are the most horrible husband, possibly the horrible father when they are with their mother. The moment you divorce, now they want to be the father of the year. And I swear to God, they're going to do everything now, because now the relationship is not there anymore. The only focus now they have is the children. Now that children is going to become everything now that they want to put all of their life in there. And then you, the new person that is coming, you might not understand that dynamic. You know what I mean? You might not like, oh, if he was this good of a father, why the mother divorced him? Honey, now there's his space. Now he can do, he has all the love that you want to give to them, and you better believe he's going to do it. So don't set yourself up for, you know, like you are going in with a man with the children, especially if you live in the country where there's a rule and regulation around that. Because believe it or not, and it's one of the things that I can't even see myself doing it, because the schedule that comes with that alone is gonna mess you up if they are not your children. Because like they have to have them certain time and they must be with them. Is the law? You know, you have them, the other one have them. So if you are now planning a vacation, you have to plan it around these children. And if they are not your children, it won't make sense to you. Like, well, what are we doing? You know, and then before you know, you are creating some kind of resentment, not just only for the father, now to the children, innocent children that has nothing to do with whatever is going on. So we need to be very careful and we don't set ourselves up for the activities that we are not ready to be in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, thank you so much, Tim. I really, really appreciate your input, and I totally agree with you. To say step parenting, it's more like I feel, honestly speaking, I feel like just being a daughter-in-law in general. Not only as a stepmother, but as an in-law to your in-laws. Everything you do for them, you must never ever think they're gonna come back. Let it just be charity work, because you will get hurt when you have expectations. So if you're doing it as charity work, when it yields good results, see it as blessings from God, like when you are going to do charity work at an old age home or a children's home. If it doesn't yield good results, always remember it was just charity work. So expectations, keep them right at the floor, and you will live a happy life. And also, the most important thing also that you're touching on, which I think other people have touched on before, that you are reiterating on, is the fact that you need to decide whether you are cut from this material of being a stepmother or not. I, for one, was cut from the material of being a stepmother. Past tense. This new me, she cannot do it. She cannot. Thank you so much, Tima. We have two people who have not spoken on this panel. Tabs, you will wrap up for us when we close. You will do our closing prayer for us. We've got Sweet. Talk to me. I'm not going to accept any more people, guys, because we have to wrap it up tomorrow. We still have to do what? Kind regard. Thank you, Mlungu, and everything. Talk to me, my sister.
Thank you, madam. Yes, good evening, everyone. I'm a child of a divorced parents, and it's so difficult because this thing happened when I was young. But as children, what do? We see things and we observe it, and we don't talk. Why? Because if you voice what's happening or your concerns, it seems as if you are disrespectful. So I love one thing about my father. He was, because now he's no longer with us, but he was very open and honest about everything. The man sat me down and told me that, Nana, this is what's happening. We're separating, and when we're separating, here's a choice. Now you are a 10-year-old. Either you're gonna go to boarding school, and then once you reach 18, then you're gonna come back and stay at home. But me and your mom, we're going separate ways. We're not gonna take anything or sell anything. It's gonna be all yours, because we're gonna start our lives differently. Okay, cool, hundreds. We agreed. Because I'm young, I'm gonna go to boarding school. Because my mom moved on and got married to another man, and my father moved on with his life as well and got married to another woman. So now I have two families that I need to balance. So my dad came back and sit me down. Whatever that is happening in my house, you're not gonna discuss it with your mom and your other dad with, because it's gonna create conflict. So a lot of parents, they don't talk to us. They think that just young, 9 years, 10 years, they don't talk to us, and that creates confusion. And remember, we have peers as well that come from divorced families, and they're just wild and take advantage of every situation, that now that my mother's gonna love me more, my father's gonna love me more, because they see that you are in competition, that now mama wants to do more than what dad does, or now dad wants to do what more than what mom's that does for us. So we tend to take that opportunity. We'll even go to such an extent that we will lie that, okay, we'll have a school trip and mom gave me 50 rand, and then the father will be like, you, my child, I'm going to give you 400 rands, without communicating. And I'll go to mom and say, dad gave me 20 rands. And then mama will give me 1,000 rands and said, you know what? Yeah, you, my child, I'll maintain you. He is failing. And not you guys sitting down and co-parenting, laying boundaries with us and having to communicate that, okay, I spoke to Sweetness right now, and she said she needs this and that and that and that. Are you okay with it? Will you assist or not? But no, you lose the focus there, focusing on the new wives or the new husbands, and we as children as well, because we find it difficult to adjust to this new partner, being now the stepmother or now the stepdad, because your parenting skills are different. For example, even me as well as a child, my attitude, my character is different. So with me, I'm sweet, I'm adjusting, we can flow, we can sit together. Me and you as perseverance, it's like we have known each other for years and years, yet it's been only 2 minutes that we have interacted. But with my peers, there will be territorial, brutal, misbehave out of no reason. Out of no reason. Just to shove it on your face that you're not my mother or you're not my father, therefore you cannot tell me anything. So as parents, never ever say that your children are young and you're not going to have these difficult, sensitive conversations with them. Talk to us as young as we are. We see it, we feel the energy, everything. I will even sense even when I'm visiting my parents families, being the stepmom or the stepdad, there's always that energy of resentment that when you don't belong here. But because of who I am, ukuthi asoze ngize la and just not do anything and be like, no, Miss Vagashi, uhlala ngezandla. So I will help, I'll do this, I'll ask, Gogo, are you okay? What do you want me to do? Where is what? You know, me too, man. I'm here, you understand? And that's what made even them to love me. However, we are different. Our peers, they're so manipulative that we'll have such discussions. Being at school, being at varsity, we'll have such discussions that hey, we're gonna destroy our step parents so that our parents can fix the whatever issues that they have and get back together. And unfortunately, it's not gonna happen. Why? Because you don't talk to us. You always say, nah, we'll talk to them when they're older. But me as a 9-year-old, I start understanding things. I start feeling the energies around the room. I will arrive from school, then after my parents has an argument. Yes, they will hold it and keep it in so that I don't see anything, but I'll feel it. And I'll sit them down together like, are we okay? Are we okay? Because right now, I don't know what happened, but I feel, Mom, you're not okay. Dad, you're not okay. What's going on? And then we'll talk. Some things I'll be able to even sort them out for them, and they'll be surprised and shocked. Like, how can you do that? Like, it's talk to your children. Just talk to your children. We're more than willing to respect you, to love you as our step parents, to go above and beyond that. We're willing to do anything. But if you can talk to us, and also even when there's alignment between the biological parents as well, that helps a lot so that I know the boundaries would say, when I'm with dad and the stepmom, I don't discuss the issues there. Ukuthi bangishayile or whatever ngithethisiwe. When I go to see my biological mom and my stepdad, I don't say anything. Every house must have its own rules, and we need to align and stick to that. But again, you both as biological parents, you need to sit down with us and tell us never. We sense things from 9 years, 8 years, we see things, but we're like, I'm gonna keep quiet and behave like a fool, because if I start saying something, I know I'm gonna be in trouble. Umama uzothi soyazi kakhulu, somfazi, so in. So my dad has always been the one breaking the ice, and the conversation will flow, because he'll be like, we are not enemies here. I'm not your enemy. I want you to be happy. I want you to do you. I want you to be comfortable. And if you are not comfortable, tell me and we'll find ways on how to support you. And I'll be like, same thing, but Bob's like, Dad, you know, we're together. If you are happy and that woman makes you happy, you have my support. I'll be there. Ngizolilizela. I will do whatever that you want. I'll assist. You understand? Because there was communication. But if there wasn't any communication, I think I was gonna take advantage of anything. Because another thing, stepmothers, even stepfathers, they also want to impress us. Others, they buy our love. Others, they
they try too much, man, too hard to just fit in our lives, you understand? And they just don't want to first understand you, and then others, they just come in a box, like um they just be quiet. They don't want to interact with you. They don't want to do anything. Oh, by the way, I'm 17 years old, so they don't want to say anything. Like they just come with that mentality, like, dude, I'm only here for your dad, or I'm only here for your mom, and therefore I don't want to do, like, have anything to do with you. But in order for me to see you, to hear you, to feel you, be honest, transparent with me. Let's have those sensitive, uncomfortable conversations. Trust me, I will respect you, I will love you, because I believe it takes a village to raise a child. I'm not gonna respect you because uyangizala. Angeke ngilalele your advices because you are my relative. It takes a village to raise a child. So a lot of things we learn them outside there in these social platforms. We're learning here everything. But again, if you as a parent or a step parent, you don't lay that foundation and teach your children to stand by the truth and live in that life of truth, honesty, then I wouldn't be able to follow in your step. I will never ever ngilandele into eyiqiniso. So whatever, whoever ozomtshela, ngizobana nabanye abazali ngihluleka ukukhuluma nawe wena uma wami ungizala or ubaba wami ungizala or uyi-stepmother njengoba ubaba shonile. Me and my stepmother, we are besties, more than even besties, more than that. Ingathi ubaba usaphila namanje, that woman akawele phansi and asoze azawele phansi. You understand? So with everyone, just be honest, truthful, transparent. Have those uncomfortable conversations. We understand. We understand. We are being exposed to a lot of things. As having cell phones, we exposed to a lot of things. But now your teachings as a parent, ukuthi mntanam, at the end of the day, it's your decision. Nali liqiniso. Have the spirit of discernment, and then you'll be able to differentiate what is wrong and what is right. So some of the things umzala ukwazi ukuhlala naye ngoba niyasebenza. Fanele niyaka kind regards, so that you pay the bills. Both the father, even the mother, a lot of times you cannot sit down with me and teach me about life. So it's me on my socials, it's me with my peers having to converse with you. Kabanga stepmother is all utemwashizija and ngayala chomi ngamtshela the way of. You understand? But mangazi liqiniso. I try by all means even to reprimand my peers, and then they be like, dude, it's like you are an old person trapped in a child's body. But it's because of lendlela ngifundiswe ngayo ukuthi it takes a village to raise a child and stand by the truth. With the truth, whatever choice that I'll make, I'll not feel guilty about it. I'll sleep peacefully ngayo. Angeke kubane nezindaba someone knocking ekhaya kuzothiwa you did this, your child wronged us, this and this has happened, this and this has happened. That's how I was raised. And I urge you as parents, talk to your children. We understand. Be humble. Ungabi nelanga. I don't even remember the last time I got a hiding, because we will converse and I'll know my boundaries with my parents. Ukuthi, I can be playful, I can say things, but these are the boundaries. Respect, discipline, they come first. I'm having to listen without interfering, listening to understand, listening to be heard, to learn, not just ukuthi ngiyalalela and be dismissive about everything. And now as a parent, you do the same thing. It just makes things easy. I know we are a team. I know my mom got me. I know my dad got me. Even my stepmom, as time goes on, it might be new. I'm too goody two shoes, or maybe the golden child, but trust me. It's baby steps of those uncomfortable conversations, and then we're gonna be fine. Me and you gonna be fine. Love bits.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, Madam Speaker.
Thank you so much, my baby. You know what I'm going to do? This part of you teaching us how to parent you kids, I'm literally going to crop it off and I'm going to repost it so that parents, you need to be on a stage and call us parents and have a meeting and have a conference where in that conference, we as parents are saying nothing. You and your peers are teaching us how to parent you, because what you just gave us is a life lesson for life. For life. And thank you so much. And I really just want to say, Uri, may your father's soul rest in peace. He did a very good job of raising you well and also like planting these good seeds that he did in you, because what they did to you, they made you heal. You grow up a child who is not having traumas that are unnecessary. Yes, there are traumas which are beyond your control because it's life, but there are certain things that we as parents, we can really avoid just by communicating with you as our kids. So thank you so much. I appreciate your input. We are learning as parents from you, and we do not take it for granted. SP, we've got SP, then we've got no Tando, so that we wrap it up. SP, going once, going twice. We are gone. We are moving along. Is it not Tando Gazi? Not Tando. Not Tandegile. SP, talk. My sister, talk.
Hi.
Now. Talk.
Hi guys, how are you?
Good, thanks. How are you?
You know what? I like how Sweetness has taught us how to parent as parents. I even have a tear. You know, as a woman who's been divorced for for a lot of years, now I laugh about things because sometimes we just don't get to. I'm at a point where you don't actually have to badmouth your partner or anything, but all we have to do is to be civil about it. You know, when the water is spilled, there's nothing that you can do about it. But as parents that are raising these kids, they must have stability in us. And there's no need to be always pointing. If you have raised good kids, they will represent you. Whether they are going, whether you are there, and you don't have to try too hard. These kids are smart. And as they grow, they get to see the truth. And there are certain things as we are parenting, and obviously our previous partners, even us as women, you are going to meet a partner. Sometimes things will work out, sometimes they won't.
Yeah.
You know, but also with the boundaries, what I get to realize at my age is that sometimes we like fighting for things that are not ours. And then that's where we are getting it wrong.
Yeah.
And Menem Changan, and as there's a lady that said that you can't go to someone else's
House.
home.
Yes.
You know, our house for that matter. But if you look at it, those who are biblical, those who are Christians, we know all these things, but we, as women, we tend to confuse ourselves and try to do. We are just being unnecessary, and we just don't like living in reality.
Yeah.
You know, you have worked so hard, and then you are starting afresh, and or someone else wants to come in and they want to take, or you find me with kids. Let me make an example with myself. I've got kids. I'm left in this home, the home that we built together, and we decided that I'm going to stay with the kids. Imagine if I'm to bring someone else to come and take someone else's that we have worked for these children. When I benefit, guys, what are we doing as women? What are we doing? Sometimes we just have to be realistic with the fact that I don't want my kids to be raised by someone else. But the father also has the right. If he wants to be involved, why shouldn't he be involved? If he doesn't want to be involved, then it's not my place to be actually talking bad about him. They are going to grow. They're going to ask him all the uncomfortable questions that they have. But also at the same token, we just have to be, sometimes be a graceful loser.
you know, I've lost, but I'm gonna give you guys stability. You are going to do, or we are going to make things work for your best. But I'm not. It's as much as we are growing, as things are changing with the times and everything else with the schools and sometimes let's just stick to the basics. If a person needs to be involved, let them be involved. If a person doesn't want to be involved, let them not be involved.
Yeah.
And let's not try to be dululu so unnecessarily, guys. Let's just have peace for our own and heal like genuinely so.
And be
not
realistic.
like heal for the people, like
Yeah.
genuinely so for ourselves. And you know what? And to say, you know what? If you are still there, nah, I'm not there.
Yeah.
I'm not going. And let's just heal, you know, with that inner peace in your core. That when someone says something and you just laugh about it and it really is funny for you because you're like, you know what? Yeah, but very nice topic. And I think you've mentioned a very interesting one. Let the 2Ks teach us how to parent them.
Yeah.
Because sometimes, as the 80s and the 70s, we come in with a harsh hand.
Yeah.
And we these kids that we are raising, we are not only raising them for us, they are going to live with other people and they are going to be, we just want a wholesome people out there. And thank you.
Thank you so much, my darling. I appreciate your input. Nothandegile going once, going twice. Tabs, Nothandegile ufentile. Please wrap it up for us, my sister.
Hey, you know, not Gila, it might be that because you muted her, remember? She might not.
I muted her. Okay, let me unmute her again.
She made noise earlier.
Really?
When she came. Yeah.
Oh, okay, I've unmuted her now.
I don't know what is wrong. Am I in?
My sister, how are you?
Okay, Molweni Kunjani.
Good, thanks. How are you, my love?
I'm good, and you, Madam Speaker?
Number one.
I'm good. You know what? A topic ya Luna today, ne? It's so amazing. And this witness said it all. Yeah. You know what? Now, I just want to say, Atlubuatata. When I step parenting, for my side, for Story Saga, the biological mother, if upita towards the father, I couldn't right to raise a stepchild because the biological mother will say bad things about the stepmother. And then that thing stays morning. And answer it traumatized the step parent, stepmother, as a mother, as a loving parent. Because in my situation, now I'm a sweet person. I'm a sweet person. Because the mother damaged the child. Because the mother is bitter towards the father. So, so if as women, Rona, we can start normalizing not to take matata or Rona lady partner Rona to the kids.
I hear you, my sister.
Because now for us, step parenting is not a tough thing. For me, step parenting is not a tough thing.
You know, my sister, there's nothing as painful as looking at the kids you are supposed to step parent and you realize these people are broken and the way they are broken, you can't help them, you know. And you being there can actually make things worse. I get you.
Yes. Yes. And then even though you are trying to do the right things or change the child environment, and maybe obvious as the parents, we were raised differently. And then how I feel more situation in maybe more there's no alcohol around, there's no gallivanting around. When I as a parent to all straight, then the child will when I am abuser, when you say you don't go to street at night, all that, then abuse. And then the child will take whatever you are doing in your house, your husband, to the mother. And the mother, otodinka, adi change, adi bonta ngwana ka tsela eng. You are being abused, you are being what? Then it changed the dynamic ya ka mo ntlong. O kila bona mo wena o dulang le papa hae. Wa e bona? So
it starts with us
now
as
I just wanna
parents.
say I'm going through. Yes. Now I just wanna say I'm going through a lot. Topic alone today for me is deep, and maybe Gabu where the whole day just now Kiboni, and then it touched me. I'm not okay. So
Mara,
I had a
maybe
lot.
maybe
But
at a
it's
later stage.
difficult how Nali, when the biological mother is a mutual understanding, it makes it tough. And then now I'm so lucky I have a loving husband, an understanding husband. I thank God for that.
Yeah, and it's not your job to make the
for our
biological
side,
mother understand, my sister.
there's nothing you can do, my love. You stay with a child, but you can't discipline a child. Every time you try to discipline, the mother will know. And the mother will twist things. And it becomes tougher. But lucky enough for me, my husband does see those things. And for us, we are fine. But the problem is for me, because I love the child and I want to give the child a better life. But I cannot do that because of
the mother.
The mother, you see. So sometimes I get okay.
No, it's all this thing, my sister.
Today.
It's all this thing. I think that in as much as we can have so much love as step parents, but I don't think you should be in a position where you are obliged to love a child more than their own biological parent can love them. If you giving them a better life, the mother doesn't see it as you giving them love, then you cannot do anything beyond. The mother's love to the child is the benchmark. If you want to do anything and it's like it's over, it's exceeding what the mother is doing, you don't have to even feel bad about it. You need to hold back, pull back, stay back. Because if what you are doing
and believe me, my love, yes, trainer. It's all straining.
Yeah.
When now you are going crazy, you are going through emotional that you don't even know how to explain them. We are going.
No, my sister, don't allow yourself. So, cancel a trip here. Cancel the flight itself. Cancel the ticket in Nastel. Sit still, my sister.
I'm not. You know what? It gets in a point that I have to make peace that this is not my child, and I won't do anything that will please the child. So I just have to find peace for me and my husband. And we must just let the kids go.
Yeah.
And then I think that's whereby everything will be settled. Unzima.
Yeah, no, I hear you, my sister, and I understand you totally. Like, I heard you from the get-go until the very last word. But anyway, thank you so much for joining in. Hopefully, when you've come down, we can all go back and watch this live because it's available on YouTube, so that we can what Sweetness was teaching us as parents. Really, there's a lot of lessons we can learn from that, and I'm hoping that maybe in the future we can have her so that we just break it down for an entire hour, which has just been dedicated to let the 2Ks teach us how to parent them. Maybe we can even invite our kids to say, come, if you were a parent for a day, what would you do differently compared to what your parents are doing now? We need to give our kids that platform so that they teach us how to parent, because we also don't know what we're doing, All right, thank you so much, my darling. Tabs, are you here to wrap it up for us? You have to close with prayer for us, my sister.
No, Gigi, I want to pray a sarcastic prayer. Madam Speaker, you know what? Let me wrap it up. We've had a lot today, but the basis of this, I can say that step parenting is not a tailor-made for everyone. And then the other thing is that the kids that you will be parenting, they are not the same.
Yeah.
And again, the husband that you are getting married to will not be the same husband as the other one's husband, because basically if a person now is you are getting married to this person and the person does not even have a foundation to lead the whole family, and then what is it that you are going to do in a family? So this means that when you are getting married to a person who has kids and you don't have kids, you need to rethink on your tolerance to say, what is it that I am willing to tolerate? Build a relationship with the child and see if it works. And maturity is important. Check for another psychosis standard or else you will be the person where you go through that. And to my lady on the other side, you can still review your points. You say that, do I still want to continue on this or not? But you should also know that your marriage is unique. It's not the same as mine, and you'll never be the same as mine. You will not even see honeymoon the way I saw it. You will not even see some of the things. And you should know that a person who have extensive kids, there's another financial responsibility that is higher, that you will also battle with the external people. So try by all means to see, do I really want to be in this place? Ask yourself now, do your notes down, sit down with your husband, get counseling. You can even take the child to counseling, because he also went through a lot of seeing different people coming in, and you were also a different person who came in. So now you are here to put in rules that he's not ready for, and you did not even tell them that you have in rules now. The other thing, have a meeting with them. Try to sit down and say, guys, I can see we are sitting here. Let's sit and chat. We've got a problem. I'm here, we are all here. I think we need to, don't you think we should come up with a plan of how are we going to live and how are we going to assist one another? You can even call your husband to say, my husband, you see where I'm sitting now? I don't know what to do, but I see that we are sinking. Then you will know what is his direction, because of you don't know his vision this far. You just went in and said, or to find out his vision. You might find that his vision is for him to have all the kids on one house, and more of them are still coming, and you need to give them space. So find out first. I'm not saying it's like that. So good night. I wish you peace and love, and also discernment, so that you can digest this thing. We are not brutally killing you. That's the reality. Good night.
Thank you so much, Sis Tabs. We appreciate your parting words. Thank you so much also to Sis Lebu, SP, Lothandegile, and all the other speakers in the absentia. Thank you so much for joining in, guys. Unfortunately for today, we have to end it right here. I believe that we've all learned a lot, and for those who only caught half of it and all that stuff, you're more than welcome to hop over to YouTube. The live is going to be available. You can watch the whole thing all over again. I'm definitely also going to just sit down, and especially when it comes to parts which were shared by the child, because I really want to learn as well, you know. So thank you so much for joining in, guys. See you on the flip side. Actually, there's going to be a special episode that we're going to add tomorrow morning at 9 on our sister podcast, the Safe Space Chats podcast. It's quite a it's a story, you know, so we're gonna share it. So if you, when you're busy at work and you're busy with your stuff, you're more than welcome to go have a look at it. And we'll see each other on the flip side. I love you. God bless you. Mwah, mwah, mwah. Good night.